Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside,
it's your boy Caesar Fantastic.
well, we got a good, interesting show this today. We're going to talk about a few topics that need to be addressed. The first topic, I think we're going to talk about the fight from last night, Danny Garcia versus BENAVIDEZ. Great fight. That was an excellent fight. And we're going to talk about also Gary Antoine Jones. Gary Antoine Russell. Sorry, I'm good friends with them, so I know the oldest brother. Gary Antoine Russell performance yesterday. And we're going to also talk about the other two guys, man.
Adam Karnacki and Ali Aaron Demerson.
There it is. I'm not going to even attempt. I don't have my notes. My laptop then died on me as soon as we went on air, so I'm unable to read names and things of that nature. So ain't even no need in having that up. I just keep it up for
aesthetics.
Well, there, ladies and gentlemen, man, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up from the first fight our way up. Sean, give me your breakdown of this fight, man, between how Antoine's performance was yesterday. How you feel, brother?
Was
it
like I said,
was a knockout was it too early for him to stop the fight? Should it happen, or should the referee let him continue? What you feel?
Yeah. Well, first I'm gonna go on how the two fighters did. I thought Bartholomew came in and he was good. He hurt Gary a couple times first round, and throughout the fight he continued to effectively counterpunch and do veteran things in the ring that really seemed to trouble Gary Antoine. Gary did good though. He did good. I wouldn't say he did great. I think he did good. He showed heart, you know what I mean, in the face of some adversity. First time like he really had adversity like that. And so he showed some heart, he showed some courage and things, but he also showed that he has things that he has to work on, as far as I think he loads up on punches a little too much. I think he throws his punches a little wide at times, and I think if he could really just learn when to load up on those shots, it can make those power shots even more effective when they land. But yeah, he did what he had to do. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't great. He did good. Rancis was a tough fight. Like I said, coming into the fight, he was going to be a good test for Gary at this point in his career, because it's a nice veteran Cuban guy who was 27 1-1, if I remember correctly, coming into the fight. He's not a bum. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was going to be a test, and Gary came through at the end controversially, which gets me to the controversial stoppage. It's like he stopped him. It was around like 2:30, dropped him like 2:30, left in the round. Bartholomew got right up, He walked to the corner. His legs were a little wobbly, but not like bad. He was, he still had his senses. He walked to the corner and turned around to the ref, looked at the ref, nodded his head like, yeah, I'm good. The ref didn't even ask if he was okay. You know what I'm saying? Nodded like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. Ref looked at him and says he stopped the fight. I'm like, that, yeah, and in my opinion, that wasn't a great stoppage, and it really stopped a real competitive fight at that point. I think I had it like 3-2 either way at that point. It was like a swing round that could have went either way for me. But yeah, and I really do think it was a really bad stoppage, and I think the commission knows as well, and that's why the ref didn't speak immediately after the fight. So, yeah, what you think?
Yeah, I agree, Sean. I agree with you. Far as I think I hopefully I'm glad that Gary didn't put on a spectacular performance. Sometimes debate need to be thrown out there, especially with these new guys of the day. And I definitely agree with the loading up of the punches a little bit, but hopefully that guy's style was kind of aggressive, like more like pressing.
Yeah, he
And
got an awkward style.
he got an awkward style. So and one thing I did notice once Gary Antoine started getting in the inside, things started to get better for him. Because this guy was like wild, would come with shots, and the inside work was working for Gary a little better than being on the outside and working his way in and throwing combinations. He wasn't able to do such. But I hopefully, down the road he get him some bait, some people that think the performance was they saw weaknesses, but this day and time, a lot of them guys still don't even fall for it. So yeah.
I still wonder why Gary ain't start at 135 instead of 140. He sits at 137.
Okay.
He weighs in at 137. Say he could get down to 135. He said he want to clean up and do what he got to do at 147. Then he might go down to 135. I'm like, he should have probably started at 135 because I think his style really could be a problem for people at 135 with his like he's probably not as good of a boxer as some of those guys, but his aggressive style and his power and things like that could really probably cause some problems down there. It's some real hitters at 140, it's like, and he tends to like to take a shot to give a shot, and know how that's gonna work up there, but yeah, I love to see him start at 135 and then move up instead of starting up and then trying to move down, because I don't know. Because he still seemed like a small 140 even compared to Bartholomew to me. He looked a little small. Looked a little small, like a little short. He was a little shorter and just looked a little small. Like he's handling what he got to do up there. He's knocking people out. You know what I mean? But
I think he's strong enough for 140.
Oh, he's strong enough, yeah. But I'm just saying, like size wise and just most people start lower and then move up instead of starting up and then thinking about moving down, or maybe you know what I mean, maybe moving up there. But
I think it's 140. 135. He see some money opportunity.
It's money. That's what I'm saying. It's more money down there too. Like you got Tank fight. You got all. You got Dev. You got some good fighters down there. So it might be something you might want to think about. Just going down there for a couple fights at least. Chase some bread.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he did what he had to do, and what's that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, let's go to the next fight. The fight after that. We'll let you say them guys' names, man.
It was Adam Kovnacki and Ali Aaron Demirizin.
Yeah, that was a great fight there, Sean. My opinion, too much defensive errors was happening in that fight, with especially the guy from Poland.
Yeah, Kanaki.
Yeah. Kanaki was causing a lot of kept getting hit after the punch, uppercuts, getting caught with uppercuts and things like that.
Nasty, yeah.
They was catching him, man. So I don't know, man. He got a lot. I think he should retire.
Yeah, you getting to retire? Give him the Tyson Fury treatment? You gonna send him with Tyson?
Now that's the way. That's where you end it when you get hit like that. Tyson should still have more in him.
I'm still trying to push that he retired, man.
Yeah, man. Dang. Tyson don't need to retire.
But yeah, I'm with you. I don't know retiring, but I don't know if he's gonna ever be a true contender. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could probably sit somewhere as a gatekeeper, or a stepping stone for new up and coming contenders, but he's lost 3 straight,
Yeah,
you know,
that's why it's
and
a bit.
yeah, it's really it's
It's
over.
done.
He said leading up to the fight, he knew he was fighting for his career. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
done.
And so yeah, if he wants to continue boxing, albeit, but as far as the contender stature, like I don't see that in his future. I really almost don't think I ever seen it from the first time I seen him fight.
Yeah,
But you know, they were high on him for some reason. I never was, but I think now he knows and everybody knows that because yeah, dude, man, just he outclassed him. He beat him at his own fight. I mean, they both
yeah,
had
he
the same
did.
fight, you know,
Yeah,
but
same style
same
almost.
style, yeah.
Style,
But
yep.
he beat him at it, and this dude was supposed to be the bounce back for him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He lost twice, and then he's supposed to bounce back. He gave him what they gave him the home fight, co-main, the big card, his hometown, and he dropped the ball again. I mean, I don't know what else they could do to salvage his career at this point. I think it's over. But if he wants to keep fighting and give some youngins some shots, then you know he still be I guess a decent name, somebody resume. You know,
yeah. Well, next we're gonna move on to the next one, man. The main event. Garcia versus Benavidez.
Phew,
What you got on that one, Sean?
disappointment. I thought Benavidez was gonna come and just give more effort, man. You know, I thought he was going, you know, throw his hands and give a little bit more. Like I thought the motivation and the will to get back to being the top level prospect or contender was going to be there, and I just didn't see it. I didn't see it from him. I seen chances for him to get his hands active, and he couldn't. I don't know if the leg injury really hampered his mobility that much, or is it just that he's just not what people thought he was in the beginning of his career? Um, but yeah, I seen more movement from Danny
Yeah,
yesterday than I've ever seen. Normally, Danny has the stigma of being flat footed,
flat
you
footed.
know,
Yeah,
and he was moving, and Benavidez couldn't really catch up or cut the ring off or get to him. You know,
yeah,
it was bad. It was bad for him. It was a good boxing performance from Danny. It was beautiful boxing. He did what he had to do and dominated the fight. You know,
yeah.
I
He
had it
did.
11-1, and that's basically what it was. It was a pure domination from Danny, and I don't know what Benavidez could do after that. You know, for the rest of his run.
Yeah, I think Danny did excellent. Also, he boxed beautifully. I love that jab to the body, jab to the head, constantly throwing the rhythm off. Seemed like somebody came in and brought some extra to the table up in their camp because it was a
Mm.
beautiful boxing, man. Somebody came through there. I did see some familiar faces in his corner that wasn't normally in it, but I know from the back in the days. Yeah, it was some beautiful boxing, man. Nice body to the shot to the body, come back up top to the head, and they threw the rhythm off a little bit, you know. So yeah, it was great, man. Great boxing, man. Great boxing for Danny, man. I definitely think Danny can do great, can do good at 150, 154, but we got to see more fights, see more tests than to
That's
say, well,
yeah,
54 is his home or not, you know, yet. Because that guy
yeah.
right there he was once a 140 pounder too, wasn't he? Or
Yeah, he was
140.
down
Yeah,
at
he was.
147,
Yeah,
right there
so
with
he
him. He
was
fought.
once right there in that same small weight as well. So yeah, so we got to see a more natural. Now Tony Hurst was saying that he too small or he don't think he can handle the way that it,
Yeah,
like I don't know.
yeah. I want to
I
see
think
that
that'll be
fight.
a great fight for Danny to take next, and the way his chin set up, it'll be a great look for him to get him a knockout.
I don't know, bro. He could knock
his
out
chin,
Benavidez. But
Tony's chin
nah,
is
I like that
suspect.
fight. I like that fight, especially this new boxing Danny. Because Tony,
Yeah,
he's a
he's a
wonderful
pure
boxer.
boxer. Yeah, pure
He's a
boxer.
wonderful boxer, and see boxing Tony versus boxing Danny would be a good go. Had that call out. I think he talked about Thurman, and then but I know Erzlandi Lara was in attendance. He was there a couple days before. Saw an interview with him, and he said, yeah, he wants the Garcia fight, and he said he's willing to do the Garcia fight. He'd do it at a catch weight of 55, so he could put his 160-pound belt on the line, and that's something that I'm curious of because now that's Danny fighting a 160 pounder.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to see how that'll go. Like that's scary.
yeah, can be, man. But Thurman, man, nobody got time for his antics, man.
Yeah.
His,
Now I was talking about Laura.
W. No, I just mentioned that anyway because
Oh
I
yeah,
heard you say that too, man.
yeah,
His WWE antics. Laura
yeah.
will be a good fight for him. Laura's a hell of a boxer, though, man.
Good. Whew, that's I
Hell of
don't
a
like
boxer,
I say,
man.
man. And that you see how it works out. Talk about Tony Harrison. I'm like Tony boxes good. He's a bigger guy. I don't think Danny could win this fight. Talk about Laura. I don't think Danny could win that fight. I don't know, and I like Danny. Don't get me wrong. I like Danny,
Right.
but I never pick him.
I see. I see. I see.
I never pick him to win. And I'm like, dang, I don't know what it is about him. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's the style or what. I don't know if it's just, I'm like, good God, it's crazy because I'm like, dang, I like Danny. Danny cool.
Yeah, Danny's a good fighter. Danny can make you do that, though, because sometimes he be off. Sometimes you might with his awkward style, but his style didn't look that awkward yesterday. It was definitely he was doing some things. He brought some stuff out of the bag, man.
He looked good yesterday.
He looked good, man. But Laura would be a good fighter. That'd be a chess match. He have to, man. That would be a chess match.
Hey, that's gonna be that's a because Laura
Man,
could go.
him and
He
the
could box.
Charlos might get one of the Charlo brothers, the brother too, man. The undisputed one now. So that could be a good matchup too.
Jamel.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup.
I'm trying to figure out who I would pick Danny to win against, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. He might beat the brothers.
Think he beat Charlo?
Yeah, he'll beat him, man.
Oh.
Cause he ain't going to sleep like that. That man only win by mostly knockouts, man. You get a decision above him, you might beat him, man.
Get it out.
Because every time he get a decision, it either go be a draw or he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, that'd be a good one, man.
Okay, what we got next up, Sean? What we
the Paul,
Jake Paul
and
versus
Rahman was canceled.
Man, what's your thoughts on that, Sean?
It's just boxing, disappointment after disappointment after that disappoint. You know what I mean?
Man, it's been very disappointing lately.
This is just bad, man. The business of boxing is really getting in the way of good fights, man. And
Yeah,
I think they knew what was going to happen from the beginning. Rahman said he was weighing about 130 something. He'd had to lose a pound a day to get down to 200.
right.
And they didn't try to do the rehydration clause. Luckily, he said New York stepped in and allowed him to be rehydrated to 215. So he was like, okay. And that's was curious to me because the day before he said he was on pace to make the weight.
Yeah,
This is like a day or two before, like I think maybe
man.
Thursday. Thursday, he said he was on Boxing Voice. Shout out to them. He said that he was on pace to be at 199, weigh at 199 to weigh in. And then 2 days later, it's just like fights over, fights off. That's it's crazy to me. Now I think he said he could have came in at 205. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I think Paul and them really was hoping and praying that he wasn't going to be able to make that kind of a weight cut, so they could have an out. You
right.
know what I mean? They sent him a Fugazi lowball contract. Said it's take it or leave it, and in hopes that he left it from the beginning,
Yeah,
but he took it. You know what I'm saying? But then they had a whole lot of stipulations in the contract that gave them outs, and they was hoping they was saying they think they prayed and banked on having one of those out, being able to get one of those outs.
right.
Yeah, but I'm curious as to what happened, because evidently they had a backup fighter in training camp as well, so that just in case he couldn't make weight, this backup fighter could have stepped in and took the fight instead. I'm still wondering why would they cancel the whole event if they had a backup fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was those interviews that, and some of those, and they're not just doing interview. They showing him hitting the mitts, and I was watching hit the mitts the other day, man.
Yeah.
He would have beat the. They had a beep on him out of Jake Paul. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I watched the him hitting the mitts, and then the stuff he was saying in the interview. So it wasn't gonna be no payoff money happening.
Nah, he wasn't taking that.
Yeah, so man, I was looking forward to this boxer getting that guy about it and sending him back to YouTube land. I'm serious, man. I was looking forward to that, man, because I mean, money is everything, and is you a professional somewhat, and you concerned about making money for your family. But when you talking boxing, man, we don't play this. This ain't one. Boxing is a jealous beast, man. It's a jealous beast, and it's not. I don't think it's going to keep allowing some YouTuber to come just rob it, take from it, and move back on to what the normal day life. We got to get it's assignment. That was an assignment for Rahman to get this guy up out the gate, man. But that never happened. So it's time to move on. Jake Paul, hopefully he go back to fighting other YouTubers and fighting other UFC fighters and things of that nature.
Let him challenge Beterbiev or somebody, man. Somebody who already down there,
Yeah.
Go ahead and fight Beterbiev or something, man. He get you up out of here.
Yeah. So and do you think the networks played a part in seeing the skill level of Rahman? It's probably like, you know what? I don't think you should take this fight.
Yeah.
You can make a lot more money with someone, a worthy opponent. And I think we might want to bail out of this situation, and then what they did was put it on Rahman, try to make it seem like Rahman said he was willing to fight for the bare minimum of 5,000.
5,000, man. I say I don't even want the money. I just want to beat his ass.
Right. I feel him.
Yeah, my man. But yeah, I think that had a big play in it, because I think they knew what they was about to lose. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul is a cash cow. He's a draw. You know what I'm saying? He puts butts in the seats. You know what I'm saying? He gets pay-per-view buys.
Yeah, he do.
And networks know, oh nah, this dude, you playing with fire right now. Think we really want this. So yeah, I think they did see that. And they did realize, like, yeah, this is a little bit much. This might be a little bit more than we want. and are willing to risk. You know what I mean? He's talking
Right.
about hundreds of millions of dollars on the line with this fight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I mean, who wants to lose that just because you want to talk trash and think you could beat this dude? Like, nah, this dude, we know for a fact that
Right.
you can't. You know what I'm saying? We know
Exactly.
it.
Right.
so
And then
yeah, I think they knew.
then experience factor played a part that now they start thinking of pedigree, that he came from, the background that he came from, former world champion. And that same former world champion, to become a world champion, caught Lennox Lewis with an overhand. The father caught Lennox Lewis with an overhand, right? And he was the world champion. He lost in the rematch, but I think that would have been the case for this fight as well. The son would have got this guy out there, probably would have knocked him out. And the interviews that Rahman were doing would start probably scaring some of those handlers for Jake Paul, in my opinion. I think those handlers was like, nah, we're not gonna fight this guy. He already said he ain't taking no dive. So we might as well just bail out of this one and blame it on the weight.
Yeah. I hope that giant dude light a fire in Rahman though. Just seeing what that training and that level of training could do, because like you say, he wasn't really a gym bully, like a gym guy
Right.
previously, but him trying to get down to this weight, he hired a nutritionist, hired shift conditioning, and all these people. I hope he sees the gains and sees what all that does, and I hope he continues to use that for the rest of his career and keep that same drive and motivation that he had in trying to make this fight into
Right.
getting into his next fight, because his stamina is the only reason he lost that last fight.
So now he's at the point where he know he has to. He will. I think we'll get some good fights from other people. He has the potential of getting other fights through other people. Hopefully, he gets that chance at fighting some worthy heavyweights.
Bridger weights. He said he's gonna campaign at Bridger.
That's right. He did say that. He did say he was going to that. I'm still trying to learn that weight class now.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, man, where is Bridger weight?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I know I gotta agree, because he's not a big guy. That's one thing he said that he took he didn't take into account for with Kenzie Morrison was his size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sheer
yeah.
size. He was able to lean on him, wear him down. He was able to take shots that he didn't think that normal, people could take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that size, and then it was the same, like I always say with Deontay and Fury, man. It was that size advantage was something to be
Especially
to take into account.
because Fury used his size and wore Wilder down. And made him tired and went to work. So
He went to work, yeah.
man, we hope we pray and hope that Rahman gets a second chance at a big opportunity like such, because I don't think this situation was his fault. Only thing I do think that I wish he didn't went in all in like he did, which he should have. He was trying to sell a fight because
trying to sell a fight.
I was going to buy the fight just because I wanted to see him see Jake Paul get knocked out.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I'm like, I know how it's gonna turn out. Know how it's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Exactly. I was gonna cancel events that I was planning on going to.
Yeah, you tried to shock me. You shocked me. You like, man, we gonna do the job. I'm like, oh, for real? I'm like, oh.
Well, shout out, man. I got a call today, man, from Tony G that we definitely going to come down there to the Merlin Live casinos in Anne Arundel County. They're having some good fights there, man. So definitely check that out. It's gonna be a great card, man. We got Damon Nicholson on that card. We got what's the guy name?
Jordan White.
Jordan White, Short Dog on there, the main event. We got a lot of guys on there. Brandon is on that card. They have a stacked card, man. A great fighters, man. So I look forward to being there Saturday. But I got to go to the weigh-in on Friday at 4 p.m. So I'll be in the building. I might just go live. I'm gonna bring my camera, but I'm gonna go live and focus on doing interviews on Saturday, but and go
So we're
live
gonna
on
add some
Friday. But
content.
and also we're gonna invite some of the fighters on here this week. And they'll be our first guests for interviews all week. So I'm gonna probably do 2 at a time, Sean. You know, like we do our 2.
Yeah,
And we're gonna probably talk about topics that we've been doing. So we're gonna be busy this week with some of those guys on here and letting them get their point across, man, and promote the fight for Saturday. So what's up next? What we got next?
We'll talk about this Espinoza. What you say Espinoza said about Tank and Ryan Garcia. What happened with that?
Yeah, man. I heard he said they negotiating, starting the beginning process of negotiating that between Tank and Garcia. I guess they see what we see, man. It could be some money made in that fight, in my opinion, and I'm going to stick with that. I can see some money being made between that fight because of the following base that they have, both of them. And like one thing to have, because we've been having other panels on here, other guys that come on here, and shout out to Lou and
Panorama.
Panorama Ray, man. They came on here and they brought some attention, and brought some more extra information for us to think about. You know what I'm saying? Tank do have that it factor, because you look at Cruz after he fought Tank, became a star. Rolly now is a star because Rolly has a good personality to blend with what Tank had.
That Tank platform.
Exactly.
That Tank platform. That platform made him
where he's at now.
Yeah.
So Garcia has not been fully tested with nobody yet, but because of his marketing base, that's what makes him worthy of this fight. And I personally think Tank gonna knock him out, but I hope they get the fight done, and because it seems like Spence and Crawford is kind of being one of those duds, man, so far, man. I hope they get that close. I hope they just sign the contract for real and just playing with us, just holding back.
They deep in training, weeks in training, and next thing you know, that's gonna be our Christmas gift.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it if they do it. Sign me up.
Yeah. So how you feel, Sean, about the negotiating? What you think? What's going on behind that? You think?
I think they do. I think you with it. You can right on it. Like, I think they see the money in that fight. That might be one of the biggest money fights in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Tank star power against Ryan's following, and like we said, with the backing of Floyd and Oscar, and you know what I mean, all of the media, major media markets and things behind these two guys. I think they realize that it's a can't lose situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Tank's going to sell out anyway he goes, regardless of who he's fighting. You put Ryan on it, you can probably sell out a little bit bigger venue. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then the pay-per-view sales are going to do what they do, and I think they know the base of what Tank can do, and you know they're trying to get a base on Ryan's, but they know that base can have the potential to be a nice number. You know what I'm saying? So I think they know that the low end they can make is ridiculous money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they know and they see it. They see the possibilities. So they're going to try to exhaust every effort to make this happen. It's going to be up to, do Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan really want this to happen? And that's going to be the real question that needs to be answered is, do they really want it? Because mean, who else did Ryan? I mean, the Oscar got other than him. I mean, you got what Munguia and I think Virgil Ortiz, but
And he just lost.
they're not Ryan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as star quality, star level. So you don't have nobody else really. You know.
Mm-hmm. He has Lamont Roach too, or did he leave him? Yeah, oh, he's still with him.
Roach was he?
Roach was with Golden Boy.
Yeah, because he was just on that last card with him, right?
Yeah, because I think he's still with Golden Boy.
Yeah, but still, even at that case, he's not that kind of a star. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Star. You know what I'm saying?
You.
Yeah, might have good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's good.
Hell of a fighter. Yeah, hell of a fighter. He has the potential to be a superstar.
Yeah, but he's got to reach that level. You know, Ryan's the only one that's probably the closest to that level.
Estrada, just the female champion, just left.
Oh yeah, she just left. Yeah, Tanisha Estrada. She signed with Top Rank.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's looking a little light over there, man.
Yeah. Hey man, he still got it. And I think this fight may save his promotional company because it's definitely needed, man. Because he haven't been, once that little split that happened years ago, he have not been a dominant promotional company ever since. So, yeah, man. I look forward to it. I hope the process don't take 5 months to make happen. Please get this done as well. Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya. The networks, y'all know how to split. We had split networks before plenty times. So it can happen now. It can happen again. So, but ladies and gentlemen, man.
For December.
So
they're shooting for, that's what they said earlier, end of the year. Tank was like, see you at the end of the year or whatever. So
damn sure did.
Try to keep that.
So something was on that window. Something definitely was on the table before that, then, like you said, because he definitely did tweet that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for us, man. We definitely had a great weekend. If you're in the DC area, the Maryland, DC, DMV area, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday at the Maryland Live in Rundle County, Maryland. Come on out there, man. It's some great fights. I'm talking like top-notch production, everything, etc. You will enjoy the night. Short Dog, he definitely be putting that work in. Damon Nicholson puts that work in. They both are too exciting. And you have plenty other fighters on the card. I'm just mentioning the main events at the moment, but y'all might want to come through and check out because all the guys that's on that card do numbers. They are great fighters. So that's our time, ladies and gentlemen. The second win, Boxing Media. Peace.